Hi everyone, Linda Israel here. Thank you so much for being here during my live stream. I greatly appreciate your support. I've pre-recorded this so that we can have some of the behind the scenes done while you listen to me for just a moment. I again want to thank you so very much for being here during my live stream. If you could, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends so that they can come join us. And if you will also give me a comment in the comment section after this video is done, and then definitely speak up in the chat and say hi. Lastly, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Now, if you're watching this as a replay, generally, if you're on a computer, you can go down below and look for the little gear. You can change that and make the speed faster. If you're on a mobile device, look up in the corner, up in this area for 3 little dots, and you can change the speed there as well. Those of you that are here live, do definitely speak up in the chat. I greatly appreciate you being here. Well, those that are here live earn a virtual currency. Junkie Joe should be coming up here in just a moment, and you'll be able to check how many bucks that you have. What are bucks? They're junk bucks. It's just a virtual point system that I have created on my account when we're live so that you can redeem those once you get to 2,000 for a $10 off coupon to my shop. So you can type exclamation point bucks to see how many that you have. And if you have 2,000 and you're ready for a coupon code, type exclamation point award, and my official note takers will take down that information. Now, if you haven't already created an account on my website at lindaisrael.com, please do so, and then send me a message through the contact form letting me know what your YouTube username is. Why? So I'll have your email address and I can email you your coupon code. Also, if you make a donation throughout this live stream, you can be added to my YouTube donators membership that I have on my website. So again, create an account, say, hey, Linda, I donated, and tell me what your username is on YouTube if it's different. That way I can get you added to that. At the end of this stream, I will have journals made, and you will have the opportunity to win one of those journals. Throughout the live stream, we'll have some various raffles, and we also have in-chat games. So be looking out for that in the chat, and I'll kind of speak it up when I get to it. For example, if you type exclamation point raffle, right now you can be in a chance to win 200 junk bucks. So you'll be well on your way to getting 2,000 junk bucks. Normally, Robin is my official note taker. Sometimes Angelica is my official note taker. It kind of depends on what's going on. These are members and administrators of my Facebook group, the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, we'd love to have you come and join us over there. What else? Let's keep the chat up, friendly, and helpful. Hey, if you have a question, try to put it in all caps. That way I'll see it. If I don't see it, please don't be offended. The chat sometimes moves fast, and I'm usually looking down trying to create things. So please ask again. But if you know the answer that someone else's question, please go ahead and answer for them. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see, what else? Oh, if you have a YouTube channel, you can't post your link, but you can say, I have a YouTube channel, and tell us a little bit about it. Tell us your channel name, something like that. Tell us what you do. We're going to get started here in just a moment. I'm looking at the time. So roughly 5 minutes is when I'll get started. So it should be just a few more seconds. So definitely hang out in the chat, and we'll get started here in just a moment. Make sure I'm on camera. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you had an amazing weekend and that you got to do something fun with your friends or family. Or even if you're just one that likes to be alone and reflect. You got to do that. Whatever it may be, you got to do that. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I have been busy. I have been very busy. I've been creating some new rubber stamps. I've been working on some new stencil designs. I haven't even got them added to my shop yet, but this one I have. That's a new stencil that I have in my shop. This is part of the December Stencil Club. This is going to be part of my new Wild and Free collection. These are hand drawn by me. So I've got some new stencils. I'm waiting on Norella to finish the next kit and pick the stencils that we're going to go with it. I think I've got like 6 or 7 new stencils. I'm trying to narrow it down to what's going to be used in the kit. And I'll give you a sneak peek of some rubber stamps here in just a little bit if I haven't already done so. So welcome. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Lori, Margie, Kat, Giovanna, and I saw Janet. Hey, Julie. Thank y'all for being here. So what I thought I would work on a little bit today is I've got little elements here and there. In fact, I'll just kind of show you some things that I have. These are all Ziploc or zipper storage bags that have scraps. They could be gel prints, they could be mixed media pages. So I've been trying to go through them a little at a time. Put this back. And then pull some stuff from those, as well as there's digital prints as well. And so here's what we've got so far laying here on my desk. I have a gel print. This is from one of my mixed media sessions that features, it looks like at least 2 stencils. We got quilted starburst here in the background. I don't know if you can kind of see that star shape. We have the large polka dot. We have the bottom of a thread holder on here. So that is a gel print onto some text weight. Looks like the linen green paper that I have. And then I've got a couple of other elements here. So what I thought I would do is I want to make this a page that on this side we will put, this is from one of the Punked Out Steam kits on this side. So let's start by taking a look at this page and seeing, okay, I know that I want to use that over here. I've got a few other elements, and then I want to put this on this side. I think let's start with this side first. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my scissors, and you could do it with tearing, but I'm going to take my scissors and kind of loosely cut this bottom portion of the page. And this was a digital, or you could got it as a printed kit as well. I've got these all available in my shop. This was made by Norella Calico Collage. I said that I wanted a colorful steampunk journal kit, and this is what she came up with. All right, so that's going to go along the bottom, and this is going to be my foundation paper, and I wanted to glue this piece onto my foundation paper. That's all I'm going to do. Just glue that down. So I'm using Aleene's Tacky Glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit on here. You like the Eclectic, Cat, when I do those? Well, and it's kind of hard for me to decide, you know, what theme do y'all want me to do for a journal. And I'm trying to come up with new ideas and or visit some of my old ideas. So I thought today we would kind of just go with how I kind of pick the things and choose how to put it together. So this just happened to be one of the digital prints that I saw, and then I saw that gel print on the other side. I thought, well, it would be a nice difference when you flip the page that you would see this new digital image, or if you went the other way, you could see that gel print. Need more coffee, Robin says. So here I have a book page. It's a dictionary page. If you get some of my subscription boxes, occasionally I put some of these oversized dictionary pages in there. And I want this to go behind here, but I need to do a couple of things. First, I need to choose what color do I want to paint that. And I'm thinking a blue, just because that blue would contrast. So I'm going to look here. I think I have I do. I have a deep blue. This would be close to, it's darker than indigo, be close to sapphire, or you could get it in the Dancing Dragonflies Tattered Angels kit. I think I have a few of those left. So here's what I do. Instead of spraying it, I'm just going to dip my paintbrush and I'm going to paint across here. Sometimes that gives you a little bit more saturation of color. I don't know. I like doing it sometimes with a paintbrush. You can also splatter it on if you want. Or you can just spray it if you like that look too. I'm going all the way across because this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that I am using as my foundation for my journal. Okay, so got that painted. I don't have to go all the way to the edge because I know this is bigger. You need to start the month over. It's going too fast. It's been crazy fast, isn't it? It's crazy. Amanda says, I support starting the month over. I did have a couple of people ask about my pricing on shipping when doing stencils. And honestly, the difference is if you toggle between an old stencil and new stencils, because I did not update the old stencil with the correct price of shipping. If you buy a stencil, I have to send it in a rigid mailer. And so I have to charge how much that mailer is going to weigh and how much it costs per the stencil. So even though I may put 2 stencils in there, technically it may not be the next tier price. If you also buy, say, a bottle of Tattered Angels, which is the same weight as what the stencil would be, I have to put the Tattered Angels in a box. So it's kind of hard for me to figure out what is the best way to get the pricing on there. So I try to kind of split it a little bit. So yeah, occasionally you may pay more than what things weigh, but I try to keep it really close. Would rather fast forward to spring. You're feeling blessed not to be like so many. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that too. There's a lot in the world that's going on, and I'm pretty fortunate. I may not have a ton of money, but at least I have a roof over my head, and we have dinner. We may eat the same thing a couple of days in a row because it's cheaper to buy, enough to make a couple of meals out of something. All right, so I'm just gluing this onto the dictionary page. And because this is folded in half and been glued together, it's going to be thicker than a standard page, which is going to make this nice because we're going to make this a pocket. All right, so what I'm going to do now is tear this. And you want to do this when your paper is dry, or you'll get weird tears. It won't be as easy to control, if you will. So that's why I use my heat tool to dry it. Also doing this will kind of cover, in case we don't get it perfectly lined back up, where we cut it apart, and you won't see any of that space. All right, so I'm going to cut off this edge straight. And I'll do the same over here. So here's a way to incorporate your gel prints in a book page and make a pocket out of a digital. All right, so we're just going to go over this edge with distress ink. You're getting tired of turkey? You made turkey chili, turkey rice soup, turkey noodle soup. I'm all turkeyed out. We don't usually have that much turkey left over because family will come over and we'll send it home. And in this case, we didn't make the turkey. My mother-in-law did. So she left turkey with us. But we did have, oh, thank you, Margie, for your donation. We did have some leftover sweet potato casserole that I make. And then Henry makes green bean casserole. And we had some of that left over. So that was yummy to be able to enjoy that. And I see the difference with adding that blue. So now we'll have this pocket here. All right, so what I'm going to do is glue this down. So I'll put glue right on this edge and across the bottom. And if this didn't get glued down here, I'll go ahead and add some glue just to help for stability. Okay. Then let's line this up and glue it down. But I think my in-laws, since they took the turkey, they did have a few days where they ate the same turkey soup, a few other things. I don't think Henry and I have ever made turkey soup. We've always eaten the turkey in whatever fashion it came. We may make sandwiches with it. All right, so there's that part of the page. We have this side. I'm going to go ahead and apply some distress inks to the edges, since you can kind of see my page on the other side, which seems weird. That might have been because the gel print, sometimes it shrinks a little bit when the paint gets applied to it. Well, thank you, Robin, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did go ahead and make the cover ahead of time today, but I haven't finished embellishing it. So I'll show you a little bit what I was thinking of putting on the front. Okay, I like that. Put that back over here. So I think I'm going to fold this in half. So I'm just going to put my fingers inside to help ease it over and fold this. So this will be a little bit thicker than a standard piece of copy paper, since technically we got two pieces of copy paper back to back. So there's our inside. So what can we put on here? I think I had some words here, so I'm going to kind of dig around in my word pile. And maybe I could use a rubber stamp or two. I've got, I don't know, I've got these little pieces. What have we got there? Notes. We've got live the best life. I'm thinking maybe I'll do a little thing with that. So this is a strip that whenever I cut journal cards apart or trim things up, I save these little strips. You know, like it says Calico Collage in this side. Well, there's two sides of paper, y'all. So we're going to do live your best life. And I'm going to stamp that right here. And then I'll take my scissors and trim that. And a little bit of some distressed ink. And now we've made this a more vintage distressed look. So what if we were to put this somewhere down here, but we need something else behind it. Well, I've got a little strip of this left over. So what if, trying to get that. Sometimes you just use what's on the desk. Now, do I leave that where it says live your best life with this, or do we cut it off? I think I'm going to cut it off. So I'm just going to trim it. So now we have live your best life. I think I like that. All right, let's add some distress ink to that edge, and we'll glue these together. Maybe a piece of fabric behind there too? I don't know. I mean, I have a little piece here. Ah, I dropped. Vask Tech. I guess somebody is speaking Russian. Thank you, Janice, for your donation. All right, so I'm going to glue. Thank you so much. I'm going to glue these two together. And I see some fabric here. I may end up putting it up here just because it stands out a little bit more. And I've got this little piece of fabric. Let's see, is that what we want? Let me get my fabric scissors out. I did buy a new pair of scissors whenever I went out a week ago Saturday. I kind of like that. Live your best life. And then we'll just collage that up there in the corner. Spam. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Robin. I thought so. I saw it, so I was like, admin, do me a favor. Get rid of that. Okay, let's glue those together. I think it needs one more thing. So what I'm going to do is I just glued these together. I'm going to go over to the sewing machine. So let's get the little lamb. Giovanna, thank you for this little lamb. I try to remember to say that. Sewing cam. And what I'm going to do is I want to stitch around this outside edge here. And what that'll do is it'll add a little black border to this piece. And then I'll just glue it down on my page. Ah, thank you. I haven't seen it, so thank you for removing that, Robin. I didn't see it because I guess that's when Robin wasn't here. All right, so we're going to stitch around this outside edge. I've got my sewing machine set on a zigzag. I've got set on 2 and 2. I've got a regular needle. I'm using regular thread. The key is to make sure that your page doesn't have glue where it's going to sew. You don't want to sew through wet glue. Make sure that glue dries. If you did get a lot of glue on your project. See how that changes the way that looks? Bah, bah. It's done. Thank you for saving us. Okay, I think I like that. Live your best life. Maybe it's some kind of poor, well, sometimes it's a spam bot. After I get done with the live streams, I've had to come back in and delete and block spam comments under the video. And they were, either to porn or some kind of product that they were selling. Okay, I like that. I think that looks good. All right, so let's put something in the pocket. I've got, this is a kind of where I was cleaning up a gel print, or I may have used it to mop up. I think it's gel print though. And I stamped over the top of it with the white glider rubber stamp. And I thought it might look kind of neat on here, but I think this needs a little something. So let's grab, I've got my stencil here. This is from, I called it Butterflies or Dragonflies, and then someone a week ago said, well, I see moths. Well, whatever kind of flying critter that you see, you can call it what you want once you take it home. But that's what it's called in the shop. All right, so I've got that stencil, and this is purple. I think maybe Mermaid Lagoon on the purple would look kind of cool. So I'm going to grab Mermaid Lagoon. I did order, and they got them in, some more of these little brushes, and I'm trying to figure out a way to put them in front of me so I can find them when I need them. I did put them in the drawer for the longest time, and I kept digging around, so I'm looking at different things. Somebody online had posted where they were making a stand. I was like, man, they're so expensive. So I may end up making my own version. We had some cold weather. How about y'all? Oh, that looks kind of cute with that real subtle. So you can still write over it. We've had some cold weather, and now I'm hot. I put on a little lightweight hoodie earlier, thinking, okay. But now I got hot. Hi, Diane. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so I put that on there. Let's put this back over here. All right, so this guy's going to go there. I think it needs something else. So how about, you know, I have the word journal, and I think I have another skinny little piece of paper. Did I put it up already? Yeah. What are you doing, Hercules? Okay, so I have a little skinny piece of paper and have the word journal. So I'm going to use Distress or Archival ink, jet black. Oh, good. I did get it somewhat straight. Put this away. Let's trim that. I'm trying to decide if I also want to stamp around the edge. I think I like that so far. Add some Distress inks. Yeah, we went from 70 to 40 degrees in one day. It's crazy. Okay, I think what I want to do is I'm going to glue this down, and then we're going to use this shabby, no, we're going to use the stitches set. Shabby stitches is just pretty much zigzag and some straight stitching, and the stitches set is embroidery looking files. All right, so what I'm going to do is I've got one of the stitches, and we're going to stamp that across here. And we'll kind of go past it just a little bit. And then maybe we'll put the word journal right there. What do you think? Or should it go up top? So when we put it in the pocket, we could put it up there. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll put it there. And then that way you'll see it when you look in the pocket. Like that. Yeah, this morning it was like $16. You love the way I laugh. How funny. Thank you, Janice. Depends on my mood. All right, let's put that up here. So stencil, we did some stamping, or I did it prior to this, over some mixed media, stamping there and stamping there, and made a little journal card that we can just put right in that little pocket. All right, this little piece of paper and I are going to go round and round. round and round. All right, so I need something for over here. Let's see what I've got here. I kind of want to do that because it's such a bright, bold print. All it is one of these little tear-off, well, this isn't the same brand, but it's some of these little tear-off ones. They were normally like $8.99, $9.99 for a whole pack. And I only get them in the past when they were definitely on sale, more around the 50% off mark. So I just rounded the corners and I applied some distress inks, but I have this little love, and I don't know where that's from for sure. I think it's from Linda's Wisdom. Live your best life, love. And if we put that here, that looks kind of cute, doesn't it? I saw some butterflies. Here we go. And some dragonflies. Maybe this pink butterfly. I think I like that. Just kind of making the little collage on there. You don't have to have a bazillion pieces of paper for a little cluster. It's just layering a few things. I think I'll put that pink. Again, I'm just trying to use some of the things I have. So this is one of Beeline Designs butterflies that I stamped and I watercolored. And then I fussy cut them out. And then I put them in a little baggie. Like, here's some more Beeline Designs butterflies. This is from the Beauties Cube. Butterfly Beauties, I think that's what it is. There's 4 different types. Okay, so I think that's done. I don't think we need to put anything up there. We could put this guy up there. And I did get out the word charming. Maybe I'll do that anyway. I wasn't going to, but now I'm going to. Bazillion. Bazillion. No Christmas journal today. No, I've already done so many Christmas journals. I was kind of like, done. No comments from the peanut gallery. You're only half here. Was it the good half or the bad half? Was it the charming half? You know, I looked at ephemera. I started to make one, and then I got, never mind, I don't want to do it. I started with using some transparency film that I sewed onto a dictionary page, but I made 3 layers of pockets so that I could tuck things in it. I don't know. I may still do it later, but right now it's just not coming together. Right now what I do is I put them in little Ziploc bags. When I want something, I pull out that bag, I dig through it, I dump it back in, and I'm done. All right, so there's this side. And now we have this side. So this has the gel print. And so here's what I've done ahead of time. This is a piece of a paper sack. And I cut it first without thinking that I wanted to leave a lip at the bottom down here. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. How are you, Suzanne? I hope you're well. I added a scrap of paper here, and I just did that so that I could have the full use of that pocket. That's why I did it that way. You can just glue it straight down. You don't have to put the little tabs on there. And I thought this would be a cute pocket to put over here. And I had another gel print that I thought would be pretty if we put that on here. And as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, well, there needs to be something on that plain craft paper. It's just kind of blah, right? So let's do something about that. Oh, I've got from the Lace Duo. This is one of the lace stamps. So I'm going to stamp this where it's going around the edge. And let's see how this looks when I... could have come up a little bit further, I guess. Oops, I wasn't paying attention, but all right, so this is now put on there. It gives it a whole different look, doesn't it? When we put that down. Okay, I like that. So what I'm going to do is glue this down, and I think I want to stitch around it on the sewing machine. So Sewing Lamb, where'd you go? Sewing Lamb, bye. Hey, Norma, welcome, welcome, welcome. You have yours in bags, drawers, and cup holders. Too many to keep track of what you have. Gotcha. Well, that's kind of why I'm trying to use some of these pieces. I've got all these Ziploc baggies of thingies. I've just got things too many places that I need to use it up. So making eclectic journals really helps. Okay, I think what I want to do right now is stitch around this outside edge. That just gives it a whole nother look. That's why I want to do it. Ah! All right, so we're just going to stitch around here. You with me? Okay. Try to use up all these pieces that you have left over, and I'm like, well, what do I do? What do I do? I did decorate some envelopes, or an envelope. I may do another one today if we have time. See how that stitches. Junkie Joe, he giving you away 20 junk bucks? He's really generous there, Giovanna. Oh, how fun, Robin. You put a huge box of crafty supplies in the laundry room and the kids are going wild. They're just having a great time digging through it. Well, hopefully you didn't put anything that parents are going to go, who put this in here? Because now I have to clean it up. All right, so I'm going to glue this down. Lay an acrylic block over it for a second. I already stamped this earlier. This is the sketched wildflowers. I think that's what it's called, sketched wildflowers. And so I colored it with some watercolor pencils, and then use a brush to blend that out. And I thought that would be kind of cute because it's a contrast of colors. That bright pink, put that down here. And it's going to be a tuck spot. So I'm going to put some glue kind of on one corner here. You don't want to come up too far that it comes past. If you did, you want to do it before you glue down the pocket so you can make sure to wipe away that excess glue. All right, so that's going there. All right, so what can we put up here? I have some more of this fabric. And that kind of breaks up that page, doesn't it? I did this on a different page. I'm trying to decide, do I want that up there? Do I just want a little piece? Do I not want any at all? I do have a couple of journal cards that are going to go in here. I even have this color. All right, let's put something on this and I'll contemplate what we're going to do up there. So, oh, you know what? I'll show these to you. So here's some of my new rubber stamps. I haven't listed them in the shop yet. I just made them. I think I've been working on them for about a week or so now. This is going to be called the Henna Rose. And I think I want to do a stamping of that down the edge. I'm going to grab my acrylic block. And when you're stamping, you just want to do firm pressure. So you want to make sure you get good ink. And then you're just going to press firmly. Let it stick on the paper for a moment so it transfers that ink. I'm going to turn it around and stamp it again. So now we have this pretty pattern down the edge. And what if we did some more words? Let's see here. Expect great things. That's another little phrase I like. We'll use my little block again, and I've got this little strip of paper here. Expect great things. Let's see if I got that straight. Hey, I did pretty good. Sometimes I can eyeball it. That page looks awesome. You like that? The library card, I printed a page from the Dancing Dragonfly kit. And then I stamped the library card over the top of it so you get that texture. But you could also take a piece of paper and stencil over that. Okay, so that's going to go there. We got expect great things. I'm looking here to see if I find another piece of paper. Yeah, that's not, I don't feel it. It's not the right thing. It's just not. But what about this? If we did this again with this blue paper. Kind of mixing things up. I kind of like that. Just a little decoration. All right, so I'm going to glue this down and we'll add some distress inks to the edges of the blue piece. And then we'll glue that down. Thank you, Sam. You like that stamp? Yeah, it's an old gel print that I made a long time ago. All right, so we'll put that right there. You want to see those new stamps, Ashley? Well, I haven't added them to the shop yet, but this is just some of the stamps. We've got words. Never stop exploring. Let life surprise you. Collect beautiful moments. There is beauty and simplicity. That's going to be a quartet of 4 stamps. Then we've got one that says free spirit, stay wild, let's adventure, follow your soul. And that'll be the free spirit quartet. Best day ever, make a wish, be authentic, choose to shine. But tribe, vibe, spirit, boho, bohemian, hippie, romantic, earthy, quirky, funky, whimsical, and eclectic. And then these little labels are going to be new to the shop. And these words here from the smaller words will fit inside of those. And then I've got a little mushroom set pair there. And then I've got the cow skull outline and a small dream catcher, feathered arrow. I took some of my stencil designs that I drew that are stencils, and I also turned those into small rubber stamps. So this is a mandala number 1. And then this is called bellflower. So it's little flowers that are hanging down. All right, poke, poke, nudge, nudge. I forgot about saying that earlier. Y'all get in on the raffle. All right, so this is going to go right here. I'm trying to, here we go, kind of. You know, I don't think it needs anything else up there, but I do want to put something in here, and I just saw it. This is, I think it's called Envelope. It's a Beeline Designs that I stamped a while back. Thought that would be kind of cute right there. All right, so over here, I haven't really thought this side through yet, so let's look here. I have this blue piece of paper that I thought if we put this over here, it could then flip up and we would have all this journaling space. So let's decorate that. You know, I've got the December Stencil Club stencil out. Y'all get in on the raffle. Oh, do a Georgia O'Keeffe journal with the skull stamp. You like that with the mandala stamp? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to use the December Stencil Club. And what do I have here? This is a Royal Peacock. I do have this color in my shop if you didn't get the Royal Peacock kit. But it's kind of a tealy color. And let's see, I've got, I'm looking here. Oh, here we go. Got a journal card here, so I'm just going to mop up. Isn't that cool? How it made that pattern on there. That was a piece of cardstock. So I sprayed through that. So there's a pattern. So let's look on the back side. It kind of shows through. So let's see. Maybe I'll just go ahead and line it up. I'm just spraying all over so that I can grab a sheet of paper and we'll mop up that stencil design. And then I like to spray the back side just in case I want to use this as a journal page later. So now we've got this piece. So we just got a little patterning on there. You have a skull stamp and deer stamp antler with the flowers, but it's not your thing, but your daughter likes. Well, that's cool. Oh yeah, Ashley, thank you for leaving some product reviews on my website. I saw that. I think it was this weekend I saw it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm just drying this. All right, so it's just a subtle pattern. You still write over it. I know I'm going to use it on this side, but it needs a little something else, doesn't it, before we put that down? So how about, I've got the stamp out. I'm going to use the Henna Rose and just lightly stamp it. I'm not really trying to get a bold impression, just a little bit of something. Just a pretty little pattern. All right, so then we're just do it around the whole thing. Rotate, ink and rotate stamp. I like having a stamp that I can just add a little subtle detail around a project. Thank you. So what if we put that on here? So I'm going to glue this so that it's a pocket up here, because this flips up so we can have the writing space, and then we'll have a space back here that we can slip something in. I think I have something. I don't know if it's tall enough. We'll find out in just a moment. Let me see. Oh, it does stick out a little bit. Good. Okay. So we'll put that right here. Y'all in on the raffle? Did you enter the raffle? I think that's Cricket. All right. All right, so this will flop a little bit. So what can we put on here? Ooh, I have this little butterfly. So what if we did that? See, and then you can just poke it behind there. What do you think? I think that goes. All right, so I'm going to glue this down on the bottom. Just kind of partial away up there. You need to get some pastel. Well, you know, you could also color your own cardstock. I don't buy colored cardstock anymore. I will use what I have until it's gone. I just happen to have these colors still in my stash. But if I don't have a particular color, I will change it. I'll either use a rubber stamp, rubber ink pad, that's my word, ink pad, or I'll use Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists, or you can use dyes like coffee dye and tea dyes, Kool-Aid to dye your paper. So don't think you have to go out and buy all those pastel solids. All right, I think I like that, and I think it needs something up here, so what do we want to put on here? With brave wings she flies. How about we do that? So we'll put that. Let's see if my little strip, I don't know if it's big enough. I may need to get one that's bigger. Well, in theory, it should fit on there. So we're going to try it because you know what? There's two sides of the paper, and if it doesn't work, well, in this case, I can't use the other side. Thank you, Diane, for your donation. And it was trash anyway. All right, so I'm going to line this up. Get my head in the shot. Press it in there. Oh yeah, that'll work. With brave wings she flies. And we'll just trim that. Put this away. Put up the stamp. Get the distressed ink pad. All right. So what if we were to put that on here, or do we want it up there? And I think if we put it up there, it needs something behind it. And I happen to have a little piece of this. I think that's what we're going to use this time. And we'll put some distress ink on it. Okay, I know. Got to get at the drawing. Thank you, Diane, Susan, Janice, Robin, and Margie for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. This is going to be a fluffy journal. All right. So then that will go up there. I think I want to do one more thing. I think I want to stitch. Yeah, I'm going to stitch. We're going to go to the sewing machine. So sewing lamb. We're going to stitch that, and then we'll do the raffle. Okay. Let me get my drink. All right. I'm going to stitch around this. I want to stitch in this blank area. So it'll look like, even though I didn't, that I stitched it to the page. This is a heavier cardstock. It's something I bought a long time ago. It was 12 by 12, two-sided cardstock. It was at, where was it? Tuesday morning. And I think I paid $2 for a package of like 24 pieces of paper. So you can see that was the other side. It was kind of like a mulberry paper. Okay. See, that makes a complete difference, doesn't it? All right, we'll glue this down. So that's going to go right there. I'm kind of centering it. All right, so I've got this little area that's could have a pocket. So I've got a piece of scrapbook paper that I know will fit down in there. And look, it even fits down below. So let's look. I think we should stencil the inside maybe. Maybe the same stencil pattern. Or should we do a different one? Let's do something else. Where is it? Oh, I've got my little diamond stencil. And let's do a blue. So I want blue. got Blueprint Sketch Distress Oxide. And we're just kind of add a little pattern to the back side. So it takes away that stark white paper. Sometimes I'll just rub the distressing to kind of blend in the edges. Okay. I do have a little dragonfly here. He kind of blends in though, doesn't he? I've got this color. Maybe I'll go ahead and put him on there anyway, just because he kind of blends with the page. You love the texture? All right, so this is one of my Dragonfly stamps, and I watercolored it, and then I used some Wink of Stella on top of it, and it kind of turned it white. And then I went back and added some Tulip Dimensional glitter paint on top. So now it sparkles. What do you think? And then here you got some texture inside there. If you want, we could stamp the inside. Let's see what we got here. I know I did some of those. Where are they? Here we go, maybe. Nope. Ah, different way. All right, so I've got the ivory. I think the ivory will look good. Okay. And I've got the little words here. So we've got beautiful, inspire, be kind, thoughts. Let's do thoughts. So we'll put thoughts on a little block. And we'll stamp it on top of this little label. So that's the tiny label from the Find Your Wings quartet. All right, my stamp is not sticking. And I've already got ink on it, and so I'm getting ink all over me. All right, so I'm going to line this up. Try to do as best I can. Put some turquoise. Well, I already stuck it down. Or not. That's funny. I already stuck it down. All right, so what if we put thoughts in here, but we need something behind there. So, I've got the Dog Rose stamp. So here's what I'm going to do. All right, so there's the top. So I'm going to take this and kind of and then we're going to stamp this the right side over here. And we'll put thoughts right there. How's that? Okay, y'all into the raffle. I know I stalled long enough. But I wanted to put this together. Okay. Let's put my stamp back where it belongs. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Okay. You like that? Oh, thank you, Diane, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to put this down here. And then this flips up. And we have this whole area. Let's add another dragonfly. Oh, come on. We'll put another dragonfly in here. I want it up here. Or here. I'm thinking. I think I want it there. I already have it made. I might as well use it. Okay. So lots of layers, lots of little pieces in this journal page. Oh, my card fell out. My card fell out. And I'm going to use this somewhere else. I'm just going to lay it here out of the way. Oh, here's my pages. It's like, where's my pages? Okay, we'll work on that. Okay. Okay. Is this the one I want? Well, it's kind of my prototype, so we'll just go with it. Okay. All right. Who wins 200 junk bucks? That winner is Manda Todd. Congratulations. You won 200 junk bucks. All right. Let's reset this. And what do I want to call this? Matchbook folio. All right. Open giveaway. All right. So I was watching somebody, I don't know who it was. I'm terrible because it's been a long time ago. And what I did was I took some gel prints and I collaged them together onto a strip of paper. I think this is 11 inches, probably. If it's not, it's really close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. It's 12 inches. So it was a 12-inch piece of paper. And then I had the gel print on the inside. I made little pockets to put in it. And then I put some stuff inside. So I know I do not have a tutorial. Maybe I'll do one. So these are some of my little labels that I made. This was my answer to a small ephemera Sam. And then this was another little envelope. I have no idea what's inside of it. Like I said, it was a month or so ago. Okay, so that has some Calico Collage images, a rubber stamped of a butterfly. That was just where I took a piece of white paper and cut the corners off using an old credit card or debit card or gift card and cut the corners. And then you can use that as a guide to cut the corners off of something. Calico Collage images. So this goes in here. And then there's that pocket. And then the next pocket, oh, it has some scraps of gel prints. So here is some pieces that have been folded. Some of them been cut. That one's got a corner folded on it. I don't know. I was just playing around with ideas and thought, well, you know, this could be a great gift to give to someone. And there's some words. Love is here. Always dream big. Be the light. And I did not decorate the little envelopes. Those are blank. And then in the back, I put some blank cardstock. So you can make your own little journal cards with those. And then here is some fabric scraps. I just happen to have a few little fabric scraps laying here on my desk. And I just grabbed them and put them in here. I was looking to see if I had another little, here's a little scrap of paper. Here's a gel print. I'll pop that in there. So, it was something I made, goofing around, and I'm sharing it with y'all. If that's something you want me to do a tutorial on, I will, but I mean, it's just making the little envelopes, and then you just glue them in the middle down there so your stuff expands. And I ended up putting a little tab on a pocket back here because I thought it just works better. I don't know. And then this was a tab down here. Okay? Yeah, it's a lot of stuff stamped in that little booklet. Yes. Stuffed. All right. Let me put a couple of rubber stamps away. All right, what time is it? 4:45. I've kind of started this one, so I don't even know what it was, because... Okay. So this is a coffee dyed paper, and I made a little booklet, if you will. And so what this is a piece of copy-weight paper that is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. It may be 4 exactly, but I thought it was 4 1/4. No, it's 4 inches. I made these because I was making Japanese stab binding journals a long, long, long time ago. And I thought, well, I need to use up these things. This is a little scrap of paper that I want to put on here. I was looking at this one. Okay, so it's glued over the top like this. And then this was glued on top of it. So I've got a little label punch. Where's my distress ink tool? And this is from my to-do list rubber stamp. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in the center here, just to help hold this fabric in place. And then I'll glue this right in the middle. This is a page that I put in a Ziploc bag several months ago, and it just never got made. All right, so this doesn't have any distress ink on it, really. I didn't get a lot on the other one, it looks like, but we'll go ahead and do it on this one. And then we're going to go to the sewing machine, and I'll stitch on this piece, and I'll stitch, zigzag stitch around here. I'm going to do this one first, and then we'll do this one, and we'll glue this piece on top, okay? All right, so I'm going to stitch around this outside edge, trying to go as close as I can to the edge there. I'm trying to decide what to do today, and I found, like I said, these projects that I didn't do in the past. And I think that's what I'm going to start doing more of, is taking the time to grab out of my stash some of these gel prints and book pages and digital images, and kind of pairing them together, what I thought would be a journal page, and pop those into a Ziploc baggie, so that when I'm like, what do I want to work on? Well, I'll have this little catalog of baggies. I can just grab one and then decorate it however it comes together. I don't know, that was my thought. I picked up these Zot plastic zip envelopes, and that's what I was going to use some of those, and then that way they kind of stood out a little bit better. I don't know. I'm just going to do 2 lines here, I think, across. The other one I did some straight stitching on, so I'll show you the difference. So that's just stitched across there. Oh yeah, practical journal would be perfect to do to-do lists. You could do them in all different sizes and configurations and different type of themes. That way she would have, you know, options to choose from. So something like this is just really simple. Here I use the tiny Cosmos stamp. I'm going to grab, I'm looking at my stamp sheets to see what I want to do. What do I want to do? Oh, let's use this. This is from the Dainty Flower Cube or Quartet. So it's a little different than the other one. And I'll just stamp it right here in the corner. But yeah, you could make every page have a to-do list on it. And then that way she would have options that if she was working on something, she could grab that and go. All right, so this is going to go right across the top here. So I'm just going to glue this down pretty much where the center is, because it wasn't stitched on the other one. And now you can kind of see the difference between the two, where here I zigzagged a little bit and then went straight and did straight across the bottom. Here I did the zigzag. So you can kind of choose which way you want. Now this was a piece of cardstock that I had in my stash that I turned into a pocket. Looks like this is glued down a little bit. And this is a label punch. That's a Beeline Designs rubber stamped butterfly that I've colored. In the background, I'm using the postal collage. All right, so this is some tea-dyed paper, or coffee-dyed. I don't know if it's some that I made or if it's some that one of my dear friends sent to me. I'm going to put that right here. And I have a new stencil, so I haven't added it to the shop yet, but I want to use it today. And this is the little flowers and hearts, and I'm going to use it with Distress ink. So I'm going to use it with a brown. So I'm just kind of, it may get a little bit of blue because I used blue on this earlier. But I think I'm going to like this. It's going to be, I hope, really subtle. I may need to add some ink. No, it's really subtle. Can you see that? It's just barely there. If you want it darker, either use a darker Distress ink or brown, or re-ink your stamp pad, and then it'll come out quite a bit darker. I don't know why I put my ink pad all the way over here on the side, so I have to reach across. I guess because I start on that side and work to the right. What do you think? Doesn't that make a difference? Just adding a little bit in there in the background. Let's do it on the other side, but let's pick a different stencil. Oh, well, here's the half sheet for December. So then we'll get different patterns on each side. You know what? This time I think I'm going to spray it. I'm going to look for, there was a color that was like candlelight. Yes. So this is Candlelight from the Merry Little Christmas creative set. Now you see it. Face up to monitor. Again, this will be really subtle, so I'm going to put, well, I must have got it stuck last time I used it. It doesn't want to go. There it goes. I just push. Oh, thank you, Lori. All right, so that's going to be a real subtle kind of a pearl color, but I think I also want some walnut gold. Yeah, I've got walnut gold. So I'm going to add a little bit of walnut gold. All right, and now I'm going to grab a piece of copyweight paper and mop this up. All right, and I'm going to spray the back with a little bit of the candlelight and a little bit of the walnut gold, and then we're going to use our heat tool and dry this a little bit, and that way I'll have it for later. But I want to dry it enough because I'm getting ready to pick it up and it's really wet. All right, so there's what it looks like. Can you see that pattern? I think that looks kind of cool. I'm going to set that over there. And then here it is on the coffee dyed paper. Yes, it will transfer a little bit, some of that shimmer on your hands the first couple of times you handle your journal. If you don't like that and you want it to not ever come off, as soon as you're done drying your page like I am, whether it be it's, you know, air dries for a few minutes to an hour, or you use a heat tool, spray it with a workable fixative or hairspray, and that will keep it from shedding so much. I don't worry about it. I don't mind getting a little bit of some glimmer mist on me. What do you think? So we've got this side, and when you flip page, you get a little bit more pearlescent color to that. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking here. I have the paper clip. Oh, I see. Maybe I was going to make a pocket. Something like that. Move it over here. Maybe we'll make a little, this was just some scraps. So that's going to go on the other side. Let's stamp on this piece. Ooh. Oh, I got this daisy. All right, so let me grab a scrap of paper. This is just some pink cardstock, random cardstock I had left over. Fit your you like that? Sparkly! Jenna says, pretty! Well, thank you. All right, so now I'm going to use the daisy on this piece of cardstock. All right, I kind of rocked the stamp a little bit, but you know. Sometimes you just gotta rock it. Rock it. And that was the daisy from Beeline Designs. I ended up indexing some of my stamps. So what I did was I either stamped them or I had the sheet. It keeps falling off because I need to clean my stamps again. I either stamped them or I happened to have the page where the stamp came from out of the package, and I put the names, and then I photocopied it in reverse so that I knew where the stamps went. Then I laminated it. All right, so we got that piece. How's that? Let's add some distress inks to the edges. Oh, this paper must be slick because the ink is coming off. I'm going to dry it a little bit. Hey, Diane, welcome, welcome, welcome. You did glitter at church with kindergarten kids? Oh my gosh, I bet it did go everywhere. I learned that a long time ago. You don't give glitter to kids. I did do several times. I did some card making sessions at our church with the kiddos. They made them for Mother's Day, and I think we made them for Valentine's Day. All right, what if we put that in? And now it was fun, but it was a mess. I think I like that, just kind of in the center, like that. And then we'll find something for a little journal card. So I'm just going to glue these together. This pink piece, I have not gone around the edge with distress inks. I'm going to have to hold it tight. Add some distress inks. Come on. I could make this a tiny pocket. Oh, let's do that. I know, I get excited about the silliest things. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm making this a pocket and then onto the other as a pocket, but I want to be able to use more of this space. So I'm going to glue a little scrap. This is some 1-inch wide text weight paper. So I'm just gluing that to the bottom. And I'll cut it off here. Is this piece long enough? Yeah. So then I'll just glue down this way. And it's good if you take your paper and get that edge in the glue and then slide it over, because then it won't catch. But you could also glue another sheet of paper on the insides. I've seen people do that as well. Just take a full sheet of paper and put on here so that your journal card, whatever you stick in there, doesn't hang. All right, so then I'm going to take this corner and cut it, and cut this one, cut this one. I'll let that dry for a moment, and then I'm going to add to this piece. So I've got another book page. This is whenever I stamp off. I'll have a page, and then after it got so dirty, I just ended up cutting it into strips because you can't really see it. It's trash. And it's a way to make the pocket a little bit sturdier as far as not all the way to the edge, so you can add a big journal card that'll fit in that pocket. Okay. Oh, I'm losing stuff. Go back in there. You should go back where you belong. Okay. You tried embossing and it was wonderful. What color did you buy? If you don't have gold, get gold. And of course, gold glitter is the bomb. And I like black if I want it to have a raised detail, and then I'm going to watercolor the image. So there's my gold and black and the reasons I like them. And you can buy clear and use colored inks, that too. I find that, yes, the clear does work over colored inks, but it's not as vibrant as if you use the pigmented embossing powder that already has the color in it. So, yes, you can use it with the other inks. I prefer the powder already the color I want it to be. You can also use the embossing on my chipboard pieces, Ashley. I paint them first most times with an ivory acrylic paint, and that gives it a nice base that when you put a color of embossing powder over it, it will be vivid. But you could also paint it with different colors of acrylic paint, like maybe you want it blue, and then do clear embossing powder over that blue, and it'll give it that shiny look. All right, so I'm going to glue this little piece on top of this piece, so we'll have a little pocket here. And then I'm going to glue this piece down, and I'm going to put something heavy on top. And then let's make a journal card to go in the pocket. Like so. All right, so let's put a acrylic block on here. All right, so we've got journal cards that's going to go in the pocket on the other side, but I need something to go in here. And earlier, I stamped, and of course now I can't find them. I stamped out a library card onto a scrap of paper. But since I can't, oh, there they are. I found them. I should cut some out. So I'm going to cut a couple of these library cards. A library card and a postcard. So this is my tiny library card that I have in my stamps. And whenever I have a little scrap of paper left over, I try to stamp them out a few times. And usually I will sit down for, I don't know, an hour or so, maybe while I'm watching a television show or a movie, and I'll fussy cut things out so that I have them. Thank you, Tanya, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So I got a couple of pieces of these. So let's put some distress ink. So that's white, but I'm going to kind of go heavy into the middle. And look how that went from white to vintagey. I'll do the back too. And let's do the library card. Okay. And so these guys are going to go right here. Okay. And then we need something in here. Why not? We'll use this contrasting color to go in here. So if I measure this, this pocket is 4 inches. So I'm going to cut this just inside 4 inches. We'll have this piece left over, and then we've got this piece that should fit right there. So let's round the corners. It's curled a little bit because it's got wet with the Tattered Angels. So I like to roll it over the edge of my desk to smooth it back the other way. Hey, Ada, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so we'll just go around the edge. And then we're going to apply some distress ink. So this was mopping up some Tattered Angels through a stencil. All right, so we'll put that in here. And I've got this little number that says number 21. Should we put it right there on the edge? I think so. Why not? Number 21. And as I look at this, I think, I want one more thing. I want something else. So I'm going to get the stitches, and we're going to stamp right across that top there. But wait, there's more. This is one of these projects that you can just keep going and going and going, adding things to it. I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side as well. And then these are going to go in here. You have a couple of to-do lists. All right, so then we need something in here, right? I think I want to keep it relatively simple. We did the little daisy on that side. I think I'm going to just stamp the stitches across the top and the bottom again. Top and bottom. And then maybe we'll find a word that we can put on here. Sometimes you don't have to put a whole bunch of layers, in my opinion. You can have a subtle decoration. Oh, a little crooked, but we got it on there. Some things are beyond our control. That's true. I understand, Sam, when you're torn in all the different directions. All right, so let's look at my little words that I already have kind of made from Calico Collage. Let's see. Perfect. Wonders of the past. Let's just put those on there. This needs some distress inks on the edge. Maybe right in the middle. And I've got some of this fabric laying here. So put a little piece of fabric. You know what I didn't do, and I was thinking about it, was add some tabs to these pages. I think I like that. Just something simple. Yeah, it's like watching a movie again. You always see more the second time around. Henry gets mad at me, or he makes fun of me. Not necessarily mad at me. He makes fun of me because I'll rewatch a movie and I may have watched it now 10 times and I'll put it on while I'm crafting because I don't have to pay attention to the show. It's just something that every once in a while, if I'm kind of stumped, or I'll watch the show like while I'm waiting for the glue to dry or something, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Robin's back. Okay, so we're gonna glue this down. What was I saying I was gonna do? I already forgot. My thought got lonely and left. Okay, I like that. It's got a little different look. You know, when you come to this page and then when you flip it, you'll have something different, but on the other side. I like it. Okay. A couple little things left over, but no big deal. We'll just stuff them back in the envelope. Push that aside. My acrylic blocks are accumulating here. They're procreating. I don't know what thought. There was something I was going to do and I forgot. All right, so we've got little pieces that I've stuck down in here that technically are really too short. Let me see. I mean, it'll go right to the edge. I could put a tiny, tiny card in there. Why not? I'm in this mode, y'all. Okay, I've got this little piece. Okay. So, this was right about 2 inches. So we'll just do just shy of 2 inches. I'm making a little card that will go in here that will have a pocket on it. So I don't want it too far up. So how far is that? That is 2 inches. So if I do, let's do 2 1/4. Let's see if that's enough. So it'll kind of stick out right there. All right, so let's look for, oh, I've got, I don't know, that's really thin. Let me find something thicker. I happen to have this piece, and I know it's completely different, but I think what I want to do is cut this right about there. So I'm going to wrap it around. Now, do I want to wrap it where it's double-sided? Yeah, why not? All right, so I'll wrap this in. And wrap this in. And then I'll come up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, or no, maybe we'll just glue it on like this. That's what we'll do. Okay. Did you see what I did there? Are you confused yet? I'm making a little tiny card that will have a pocket so that my little journal cards don't get lost. Okay? So see what I did was I folded that over, figuring out how big this is going to be, and then fold this up, and then this will be glued on these little tabs here So we'll have the full width of that pocket. Okay. I'll put this right in here. Like that. Try to get it straight. And I think I need the corners rounded, so I'm going to grab my corner rounder. Yeah, I think that'll look better. And then we'll apply a little bit more distress ink on here. Oh, but wait, we could even add, oh, that would be really cute. Okay, I've got a little piece of fabric here. I'm going to cut a little piece. And we're going to put it right across the top here. And I'm going to stitch across there. What now? You wake up confused? Never heard that saying before? You need that rubber stamp. The thought got lonely left. Needs to be a rubber stamp. Well, my mom used to say that when we were growing up. And then there was somebody else that used to say it, you know. Oh, I forgot. I said my thought got lonely and left. You think just little stitches across there? Oh dear. Okay, so we did all of that so that I could put this little guy in here, and then when you put this in here, it's a tight fit. You know that you're going to get all of your little goodies out of the pocket. How's that? Did I do something cute? All right, I think that's good. And I want to use, where'd it go? I had, do I want to use that one? Or I had some others that I got out. Oh, yeah, we'll do that one. All right, it's 517. I'm going to look here, see if there's some more other papers that I want to use. See, here's my pile. You know what? In fact, this is where I sprayed a journal card, and that's what created that void. I think I want to use that because it's a blue. I was thinking about using this one, but I think I want to use this one. And this is a thicker paper, so I'm going to turn it over. And let's grab, oh, I have this little daisy stencil, and I know that I used something else with it earlier, so I'm putting the Distress Oxide side down. The Distress Oxide side down, and I'm grabbing some pink and purple here, I think. All right, so we've got Dancing Dragonflies Purple Pop and Dancing Dragonflies Deep Pink. We're going to put this on the back side. So we're going to have a little pop of pink. Put that in my notes. You're going to use that one? Okay, put it in the notes. I'll make that a stamp. I've got to make some stamps. So I've been trying to fill up a sheet. So I've been making some new stamp ideas. So yes, if you have an idea like that, perfect. All right, I'm going to grab another sheet of paper. Actually, what I'm going to do is put it on the back side of this one. So you get a little bit of that pattern on the back. And it's okay if it doesn't get the whole thing. Don't freak out. All right, I'll put this over here. Put that back up there. All right, there we go. All right, so we use the shabby stitches. Oh, that's right. My thought that got lonely, I was going to put a tab on the edge here. That's what it was. I remember now. And what do we want to use? How about this crazy gel print? What do you think? Is that too crazy? I'm going to fold over an inch and trim this. I kind of like it. And then I can round this corner. So it has a little rounded corner on there. And let's add some, you go there, Distress ink. I remembered. You put some new, stitches like stamps in the stamp idea folder. Oh, cool, cool, cool. I'll go take a look. Thanks. Freak out. You remember that song? Freak out. You don't like this? I guess Robin's going meh for a little tab. I think like that. Is that the height that I want it? I've been trying to put them at different levels. So let's look here. All right, so that's not interfering with anything on this side. So let's glue this down. What are y'all having for dinner tonight? I think we're having spaghetti again. We had it for dinner last night. We made a giant pot, so we'll have it for a few days. Okay, I think I like that. All right, now why aren't you staying in the pocket? I guess because I'm flinging it around too much. All right, I'm going to put some quick stitches down that little tab. I'm not even going to show you. I'm just going to do it. It'll be a surprise. You won't know what I'm doing over here. All right. So I just put a few little stitches on there. You're having bagel bites. Yeah, it doesn't stop me. I'm going to just keep going. I kind of like it. All right. Trying to mix colors together. All right, so I've got this page that I sprayed flowers on the other side. And how about, okay, we'll use the daisy flower. I think I want to stamp that around this outside edge. I think that's what I want to do. It is. There. I'm trying to get a block. Let's get a scrap old paper. I don't know. I just think I like this look. And I think we'll get the shabby stitches. What do you think? It just kind of makes that page, doesn't it? And I'll just continue it on the other side. What now? I'm hiding things? No, I'm not deliberately hiding things. All right, and then we'll put this around the edge. I kind of like that. It just gives it a really cool pattern on the page, doesn't it? All right, so let's do something on this side. I think maybe we need to do the, maybe the lace duo again, if I can find it. There it is. And I'm going to kind of keep it closer to the edge. And I'm not doing it really strong. I'm just kind of barely touching it to the edge. So it kind of gives it a grungy look. You see that? Stamping sounds like a horse. Clop, clop, clop. I got a little bit heavier ink this time. I don't know. I don't know if I like the lighter or the darker. You see the difference there? All right. Now, what can we put on there? I have this little rose. Again, I'm trying to use up some of the things I already have. Maybe we'll put this in the corner. I saw some pink fabric. Or do we want this one? It may not be very big, so do I want to just do a little bitty? That's what I'll do. I'm going to do a little tuft in a sense, where it's just kind of pleated over. Like that. I think I'll stitch it. We're going to stitch that. So I'm just going to put a couple of stitches on here. This is one of Norella's images. One of her small ephemera, I think. So that just kind of adds a little touch to it. And then we'll put that up here. How's that? Yeah, I needed the fabric. I think the fabric helped. And let's get it straight. Flip it over. See what else I have here. Looking at all my pieces. Got that piece. And maybe we'll do this. So it's like that. I think I like that. You're talking to yourself again? Robin's talking to herself. Everybody else is mesmerized, or they're so bored they've gone to sleep, right? Oh dear. Small vintage labels. See? Norella knew where they were, who they were, what they were. This is some of her faux postage. I think this is the Shabby Floral faux postage. Okay, I like that. And then what do we want to put on this side? So I'm going to flip this over. We'll put this away. I think I want some words. See, I just kind of put themed items in there, dig around, see what I want, and then I stick on the side. All right, so what do we have here? We have Wanderlust, Embrace. Genuine. I think we'll do Wanderlust. All right, so we're going to put Wanderlust over here. Well, I happen to have this blue piece of paper here. So, not my fabric scissors. Not my... So what if we did something like that? And then I've got Genuine, which fits in the same 1-inch strip here. So we can do that on the other side. Maybe we'll do some stitches. I have a little piece of this blue fabric here. All right, so this goes in there. What else do I have? I have this fabric. And I have this fabric. So let's see, which would be better? That kind of blends into the background. This is a little bit darker. And I think it kind of blends together, doesn't it? I think we need something else. Ooh, what if I did this? I wonder if there's enough. Oh, I think that's what we need. Is that really bright blue, don't you? I think so. I think we found the winner. All right, so I'm going to put some distress inks on these, and then we'll start gluing them together. And I think we're going to go to the sewing machine again and stitch these pieces together. This piece of blue velvet was left over from a journal cover I made the other day. All right, so I'm going to put this, just make a little glue right on here. And then glue this one in the middle of this one. All right, I don't know. Let me see. It's not long enough that way. I did them something like that, or if I should just go this way, this way. All right, so I'm going to glue it down and then use my scissors to cut it out. Cut it out, man. Okay. I think I left enough space. All right, get my fabric scissors. I'm going to go halfway. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to get my rotary cutter, which I know is laying here. Yep. So I'm going to kind of go between. Take my rotary cutter. It's handy having this mat under my surface here. All right, so then I want to cut off this little piece. I know I didn't close my blade. All right, cooperate. It's kind of stretchy fabric. It's clothing fabric, so it stretches. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. Okay, and I think now I can do this piece. Turn it this way so I can see. All right, cut this. I think I need to tighten this. Okay, there we go. Now we got a little blue piece. All right, so I'm going to go to the sewing machine, and I want to stitch on this outside edge here. That'll kind of help hold that fabric up to the paper, and then we'll glue it in the journal. Okay? Love the blue. Yeah, sure, blue velvet. Oh, not there. There. Yeah, I hope Barb's okay. I haven't talked to her in a couple of weeks. She messaged me. Y'all be careful with your shopping. One of my followers sent me a message that not because of me, but that her debit card got compromised, and she's having all kinds of issues getting that put back together. I don't use a debit card anymore because I've had so many friends that have had their bank account compromised. So instead, we use a credit card when we purchase stuff that isn't, bank draft or direct deposit type. Yeah, bank draft. That's what I'm trying to say. But if we're out shopping, we'll use a credit card so that they're not, we're kind of, Henry said we're kind of gapped. We're air gapped. if you will. All right. Come on. So they were just kind of stitched around that blue. Lots of sewing lamb today. Yeah, so there's nothing in your account to compromise, Robin says. I understand that. I've had many a time like that. I kind of like that. It's just a little layered piece. And then we'll put genuine over here. It kind of adds a little bit heft to that part of it. Okay, you like it? You love it? You want more of it? All right, let's clean this up a little bit. What I'm going to do now, y'all get in the raffle, is I'm going to get out the journal cover. Trying to get everything off my desk here. Get the journal cover and we'll finish it. I started it. Hopefully I can find what I want. There it is. Put my, I see these are my Ziploc bags for my projects when I do live streams. I save them. Sometimes they fall out. Okay, so here's what I did. Is I happen to have a piece of blue jeans, a pair of pants that I cut to be 9 by 11.5 inches. Then I took the Dancing Dragonflies cover. This is a digital download, or you can get it as a physical printed kit. This was printed at my house on linen cardstock. I just printed it on one side and I glued it down to the fabric. Then on the inside, I happen to have some more of that mulberry two-sided paper. And this is how I ended up with all those scraps. I glued it to the back side of the denim. So it's just the thickness of 2 pieces of cardstock in that fabric. So it's not super, super thick. And before I stitched it, I glued a piece of fabric strip on the sides here. And I thought I would use this piece of really wild gel print here in the background and put that in the middle and stamp the word journal on that. What do you think? I think I like that idea. I'm putting that on there. All right, so I'm going to stamp the word journal on here. So I'm getting my block. Okay. Okay. Woohoo! Ada got 60 junk bucks. All right, I'm going to stamp that in the middle. Firm, even pressure. Let it sit on the paper for a moment. All right, so now that says journal. But now that outside area is kind of blah, as Robin likes to say. And I have one of the dragonflies. I don't remember which one this is in. I think it's dragonfly number 2. And I'm going to stamp it. Kind of coming in and around. So it adds a little pattern to the word journal. What do you think? You were listening to me, but now you're going to have to replay it later. What do you think? Like that. And then we'll put that. But I think I want to stitch around this piece. I know, more stitching. So I'm going to glue this down. Put it in the middle. And I'm going to stitch on top. I was going to stitch all the way through, but I don't think I need to. I think I'm just going to stitch on this piece. You like the dragonflies on the blue jeans? Doesn't that look cool? I thought it would look good. All right, so we're going to stitch around this piece. This piece that I stamped on is a ticket. And if you get any of my subscription boxes for the past year, maybe 2 years now, I've been giving you tickets in each box. And I am not running out anytime soon. I think I ended up with 3,000 or 4,000 of these tickets. I don't know if they were discontinued or they were the wrong size, but Canvas Corp got rid of them, and I was the lucky person to get that. What do you think? I like it. All right, so we're going to glue that on top. Ah, thank you, Sherry, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm just putting some glue on here, and I think I want it right about there. All right, I'm going to set this aside and get an acrylic block. I'm moving some stuff out of the way, maybe. Okay. Set this over here. All right, so there's a page we're going to use. There's a page. I keep knocking these out. And this is a page we made. This is one I made the other day. So how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so I got a couple left over that I can use in a different journal. I made a few pages ahead of time. Okay, so do I want that in the center? Not in the center. I think I want this to be my first page in the journal, so I'm going to put that there. I'll go through all of these in a moment. This is some blues. This I use some of the Alice in Wonderland elements on here. Oh, I'm trying to decide which one do I want to use in the dead center. I think this one. Okay, so that's going to be in the dead center, so I'm going to put it over here. I even did an envelope. I didn't have time to show y'all today, but here's an envelope I did using some of my new rubber stamps. And then these are all like text weight and copy weight. Okay, so 1, 2, like that, and maybe like that, and then like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I had to make sure how many I had. All right. So we got our cover here. I'm trying to decide, do I want to change this? Okay, I want this one as my first page that you come to when you open the journal. And then this will be the next page. And I think I'm going to swap this, put this one here. And I think I want this page next. And then we're going to do this page. This one's a very fluffy journal. All right, we're going to go back to the beginning. And I will talk through this. What we're going to do is I'll put it together. We're going to draw the last person to get the little matchbook folio. And I think we made it to donating or raffling off the journal today. Did we make it to our goal, Robin? I didn't see. This is so thick. Oh my gosh. I don't usually make them this fluffy. Usually I have more thin papers in there, but today y'all are getting a bonus of thick papers. Thick papers. So I'm trying to get all my little binder clips out. I need to get some of the bigger binder clips. Here's my little template. Okay. You love the bull skull stamp? Thank you. I think that was a fun one. I'm really gonna like it. All right, so put this together somehow. Try to do as many of these as I can. So it doesn't pop apart on me. Okay. Whoop, there it went. I may have to put one down here. Oh, okay. It needs 3 times the height of my journal. 1, 2. Well, since you're still here, Norella, on this new kit, I want elements on pages like this that I can fussy cut or tear and make a pocket. And we want pop-up cards. The crowd has spoken. They want pop-up cards. So make a pop-up card, please, to go with the new kit. Are you still here? She ran away already. All right. So now, oh my gosh, this journal is so thick. I'm going to put the template in here. Oh my goodness. I can't even get the template down in there. Okay. Where's my craft pick? You're loving the journal, Tanya? Well, thank you. All right. Poke a hole there. Your last 2 have more writing space. It helps you to get them closed. I could have used more mop-up papers in this journal, but I was just on a roll of using some mixed media stuff, and I thought, well, this will give me an opportunity to kind of chat about it when we flip through, and I'll tell you what I did on the pages. Oh. Really? How many of you want pop-up cards? I don't know, 3 or 4 people. I had people ask me, Robin wants a pop-up card. Sherry's not here. She wants a pop-up card. Who else wants a pop-up card? Thank you, Sam. They are awesome having pop-up cards. All right, come down here. Ooh, this is so thick. I think my all got off a little bit. Fluffy works for you. Oh, it's almost coming apart on me. Oh my goodness. Slip my needle up under there. Put my needle in there. All right, so it's tight here. I don't see any loopies. All right, we're going to tie this off. Oh my goodness, this is one thick journal. And I added fluff to it. I don't normally add that much fluff, but I did this time. So you better like it. If you want it, you got a chance to win it. You got to be in it to win it. Oh my goodness, look how fluffy it is. It won't even shut. So I'm trying to put my tools away. Thank you, Ada, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to tie it shut after I sign it. Get my pen. Oh, I need to stamp it, don't I? Where's my little stamp? Uh-oh. I put it up the other day. Ah, oh, dadgummit, what'd I do with it? Well, I'm just going to sign it, and then I'll find the stamp and stamp it later. And this is 12/6 of 2021. All right. Oh my goodness. Need to sit on it. What do you think? All right. It'll go poof. Nobody wants Fluffy. Just pop that in a box for Margie. All right, so let's give away in the raffle this little folio that I showed. Do y'all want me to do a tutorial on this? Or do y'all get the idea of it? It's just little pockets. And then you glue them in the center, not at the edges, so they expand. And I ended up adding another pocket at the back instead of just gluing this down the center. I don't know. I felt like, my camera's off. Okay, center. I felt like if I glued it just back here direct, I didn't have this additional pocket. I don't know. That's what I did. Oh, I'm sorry you missed it, Ruby. How dare they? You love the Christmas gnome, Janice? Yay! I'm glad you love that. Okay, so let's pick the winner. I'm making sure it's really cute. Thank you, Diane. I'm waiting. All right, well, what do y'all want me to do next week? You want me to do another eclectic journal like this? Just whatever I come up with? Oh, the little folio thingy? Okay, okay. All right, let me write that down. All right. I need a pen. I know you're going to give me a note too, but I need to do it. I need to write it, so I'm thinking about this. Make match book expanding folio with items. Okay. And that was a mixed media. All right. Okay. We have a boss fight now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pick the winner here. I'm waiting for the boss fight to go. All right. The winner of this little folio is Lori Merchant. Congratulations, Lori. All right. So let me get the next part ready. All right. Reset. Go here. Click there. Delete that. Come on. Delete that. Paste that. All right. So these people have donated. Ada, Sherry, Tanya, Lori, Diane, I guess it's a different Diane or it might be the same. Suzanne, Janice, Robin, and Margie. Margie donated $30. Thank you so much, Robin. Or Margie. All right. Norella's still here. Okay. So those of you that have donated, now is the time. If you want a chance to win this journal, you need to make a donation and then you can enter it. You want to see it in person to copy it? Okay, so the cover is from the Dancing Dragonflies kit. I had a gel print that I felt just kind of matched. This is denim on the outside here. On the inside, I had some double-sided mulberry paper, and I put the light side up. This is a gel print collaged paper. So basically what I did was took an 8.5 by 11 book page. Then I went through my stash of gel prints and mixed media papers and then just covered the page until it was completely covered. Then I came back and I made a belly band out of another gel print. And this is from the Wildflower set from Norella. This is Bloom, one of the word sets that Norella offers, and it comes larger. But I tell my printer, depending on what I want, to print that full sheet that's normally 8.5 by 11 as a 5 by 7 or even a 4 by 6 or a 3 by 5. And that shrinks these words down so you can use them in different heights, but it's the same image pack. So it makes it duplicate, quadruple your images. This was some watercolor paper that I had in my stash. This is my new stamp that I haven't put in my shop yet, but that is the Henna Rose. This is using the diamond with flare stencil with gold paint onto a mixed media page. Oh, thank you, Ruby Lily, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always in favor of a tutorial. Okay, good, good, good. We'll do one then. There is Beauty and Simplicity. That's another one of my new stamps set. And that's a gel print behind there. And I just used a little strip. I didn't do anything on the inside, but I just thought it was kind of pretty to put here. And then on the other side is a solid gel print. So this was a whole page gel print that went edge to edge. And it was from the All About Robins kit. That's where that stencil came from. And then I used my new mandala stamp around the edge here. And then I had some Alice in Wonderland pieces left over. So I used those inside here, just layering them up. And then this is the Dream from the, I think it's the Dream Big Quartet, or it's one of my word sets. And here I showed you how to use the stitches set to make a frame. This is where I was spraying a journal card and I sprayed the whole page. Oh, please give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate your thumbs up and help here. So this is the magical rubber stamp. This is the dancing, or just one of the Dragonflies. And then here I made a little tab. So I used my punch to punch a tab. And then I used a scrap of denim and lace and some thread on there to kind of give that some texture. This is another one of my wild stencils. Hey, Norella, how are we doing on that? I need to figure out which ones are going to go in the kit, which ones I need to put in my shop. So this is one of my wild stencils that I made. Again, some more of the Alice in Wonderland. And then this was a mop-up strip. And I used my new punch. That's a tab punch for making ID punch. Over here is a altered paper clip that I put on the page. So this is one of Norella's faux postage. And then this is and I took these sketched wildflowers and watercolored it and then glued it down on the corner with the word bloom. And then I've got the swirly note card rubber stamp. And then I have a tiny library card and then the faux postage, the mini little faux postage in there. And then this fits like that. So this was another one of the wildflower kit pages from Norella. On this side is Dancing Dragonflies, and this was another stamped little piece of paper that I had. It's kind of funny, I had those pretty close together. This is the Beach Rose Small, another one of Norella's words again. Over here is, I can't remember if this is from her Wildflowers or if this is a French one, but I happen to have this piece of paper left over. It was copyweight, and I glued it to another piece of copyweight paper so you can have this journaling page that's paper clipped on with this little piece of fabric and a little fluff on there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Over here, I didn't show how to do this today, but I thought I would show you the results. I did two different stencils. So this was the December Stencil Club, and then this was the small diamond stencil, and I did them at different times. I did a little bit of the purple, and then I did a pink, and then I used just a partial stamping of the postal collage. I think it's what it's called. I keep saying it wrong. And then some of Norella's. And here I printed some pages from the Bella Rose kit and then stamped the library card on top of that. And I just love the way that turned out with that subtle pattern in the background. You should add some distress ink. And then this is one of Norella's Shabby Flowers kit. Here as a envelope that is I think it's a 5x7. It may be a 5x9, but it's a big, big envelope. And I used one of my wild stencils. And then this is one of Norella's Wildflowers pages. And on the inside, I used my new stamp. This is the cow skull with the feathers. And I stamped that onto a mixed media page where I had cleaned off my brayer onto a piece of paper. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then I used my new wild stencil, whatever number it is, and the Henna Rose. So I was kind of playing around with all my new stuff. This is the mushroom. It's glued all the way down. It says Stay Wild. Over here, I've got a new feather stamp that I'll be adding to my shop. You love the library card? Thanks, Diane. You love the library card? Aw, thank you, Suzanne. And then this is another one of those pages where I just collaged a whole bunch of gel prints and printed papers and whatnot onto a page. And this happens to be a mop-up page that I trimmed down. And we got another page tab here. Flip that over. We got a belly band, and I put a paper clip on this one because this was another one of those watercolor cards, and it was just kind of heavy. I didn't stamp or anything on the inside. And I just took a piece of fabric and folded it through and then stitched it a couple of times on my sewing machine. And so it's just a little, not super fancy, but it's flat. So it lays flat in your journal. Here's where we did the Wanderlust. And we made this page today with this journal card. And then we made a pocket that this can go on either side if you want. You can add more little stuff in there and it doesn't get lost in the pocket. Another tab there. We used the new one of my new wild stencils in the background with distress ink, and then this time we used Tattered Angels with the December Stencil Club. And it's funny that I got the blues close together. I didn't really plan that, but... And then here I painted the paper with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists with a paintbrush. Let that dry. And then I came back and stamped the Passionate, one of the Passionate stamps on the background there. And then this is from Alice in Shabby Alice from Norella's kit. And then I had there's some bling. I used some bling in here. And I made this little pocket. So this is a Mixpedia page back here. This is one of those tickets. And I used fabric and another scrap of paper. And I sewed some fabric up there on the top and here. On this side, I used one of my Artful pages and I cut a strip. And then I added another strip of some paper that I stamped the Shabby, the Lace Duo on. And then I did a piece of fabric. And here I used from the Bombay set. And I made a little collage with the Alice, Shabby Alice, that you could, in theory, you can tuck up under there if you want to. And then I added a little tab here with a label. Over here I used an element from the apothecary set. And then here's again where I used my library card, but I stamped it on top of one of my pages from the Dancing Dragonflies. Or you can use stencils in the background. You like that? Here's another stamping down the edge. I showed y'all during the live today. This is a gel print. That's a gel print. This is the envelope from Beeline Designs. Okay. Then we go over here. And then we made this journal card today where I stenciled in the background. This was a rubber stamped painted page gel print. Stamped around the edge. Stamped the journal. We made this pocket. Added the elements up here. This is love. And then we have the pocket over here. Live your best life. And then this piece on the back side of this gel print pops up so you can journal inside here. And you can pull out this little piece and you can journal inside here. You can add collage on the back side of that. So that fits down in there. And it just kind of blends together, doesn't it? Over here, I mopped up the butterfly or dragonfly stencil. And then I used the watch from the Alice in Wonderland collection and stamped it around the outside edge. And then used the teapot and the time for tea. And then this was another little journal card that I made a while back that I mopped up on and used a little bit of fabric and lace and thread. So that's going right here, stamped in the background. On this one, I stamped on the little tab a little bit, just to give it a little decoration. I did another flip up over here. So it's kind of funny that I did 2 of those in this journal. So you get to see it twice. And then over here, I made a long skinny journal card. And I used some fabric on the top and the bottom. That's what made it so fluffy. And then here we used another piece of that fabric that's over here. I tried to use it several times. And then we have these journal cards. So we have flowers next to flowers, kind of a pinky together. Over here, I made this. Someone sent me some papers, and they are offcuts of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that's two-sided, and I guess it was on a pad that had a hole at the top. And so they folded it like this and sent that to me, just like this. And so I was trying to figure out how am I to use this. So here's what I did. I had the fold, but I wanted to be able to see this pattern, so I folded it down, and I did stamp the journal, and I overstamped it with some more ink. And then that made this little tuck spot that we could put a journal card in. I have a little paper clip here. And then I used a piece of mixed media paper over here. And then when you flip this over, I had some more mixed media paper over on this side. And then I used another one of the sketched wildflowers here at the bottom. And this is the swirly note card. And then this was just a scrap of cardstock that I had left over. And I just cut it in a little square. And so now we have this little tuck spot. What do you think? You're late again. Oh my goodness. So over here, I used another one of the wild stencils. This is the Bombay. This is the Henna Rose. This is from the Punked Out Steam Kit. I happen to have a mini journal that was printed incorrectly. So I fussy cut that and made it into a pocket so we can have something kind of fun in the journal. Here's the other half of that envelope. And again, another one of the journal cards that I made. I used a lot of these tear-off notepads in this journal today, I noticed. So over here, this was where I, again, stenciled. I also sewed some of this little fluffy ball trim. I mean, this journal is fluffy, y'all. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. And someone else had sent me these really pretty envelopes. And they're too tall for my journal, so I folded up the bottom here. And I glued on this piece. So I have a pocket here and a pocket there. This is one of Norella's images. And then this is my curly swirly note card again. Here I used my new flower and vine stencil and made a little collage. This is some lace and some thread that I just stitched onto there. And those go in here. Put this in front. And then this is an envelope or bag. So I made another journal card. And this one I just kept it really simple. I just stamped over and over again. This is the companion rose, I believe. Might be. Or it might be the... It's a rose. Just type rose. Look at all the roses. You need them all. I do too, Norella. I think you did a great job with those Punked Out Steam animals. Got another little fabric tab here. This is another belly band. This was some embossed paper that I happen to have in my stash. And a die cut piece. And then I used one of my rubber stamps. And this is another one of those journal cards from Seven Gypsies. Over here is a journal card that I made. This is some chipboard from the Dancing Dragonflies kit. I think this was just some random paper that I had left over. This is a piece of paper that I sprayed with Tattered Angels on a book page. And then I overstamped it, looks like, with the Bella Rose stamp. And I did the diamonds with flare stencil in the background. And then this is another element from the Dancing Dragonflies kit. That's also from the Dancing Dragonflies there. This was using the circle stencil on top of a book page and then stamping over the top of that. And then I'd layered some fabric and words. This is from the Wildflowers digital kit from Norella. There's some more of that butterfly with the threads. I just kind of was having fun repeating some of the things. And some of these elements I made a long time ago, like these I made a long time ago. So I kind of just came up with this idea today to put on this journal. So this was a pocket that I made a while back during one of our live streams using a gel print. This is out of a book. This is one of Norella's images and her words. Music. Here I said the best gift you could have given her was a lifetime of adventures. And that's one of my new wild stencils. This is from the Alice in Wonderland collection. And then I use the Stitches set. So it kind of repeats itself every so often. Another from, I don't know what that one's from. That might be from the kitten set, cat set. Ah, and then this is another gel print here in the background, mixed media page, and I made it a large belly band, which was over the top of a bunch of other gel prints. And then this is using the romantic swirl around the outside edge, some textured paper, one of Norella's images from the the Daydreaming domino set, and that just kind of slides through there. And there is the journal. We went through the whole thing. Y'all have any questions? My mouth is dry from all the talking. Who wants this journal? I think I'm going to keep it. It's one fluffy journal. There it is. All of its fluffy glory. I was trying to mix all different colors and, trying to add some of the page tabs that I hardly ever do. And there's still more that could be done. If you like little charms, you could add little charms off of these little pieces coming off here. You could have them coming down the outside edge. This would be a cute journal just to stand up on your counter. Nice and fluffy. I'm going to take some pictures of this one before I let it go. I think. I like it. All right, so next week, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to do another one of these type of journals again? I'm trying to figure out which theme I want. Norella needs a new kit. I feel like I do the same ones over and over. But I kind of like doing the different things together. Doing the steampunk and the dragonfly, butterflies. The Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. I was having fun just using all those pieces. You need to run. Okay. You need a new shelf first, Sam says. A Paris kit. Norella says, your eclectic journals always turn out nice to me. A Paris kit. I did one a while back, Tanya. Maybe that's something I can do. I'll look around, see what I got. I know I have plenty of stamps. So, okay. Let's pick a winner here. Let's pick a winner. Let's make sure to have everybody in. So, Lily, Ruby Lily, Ada, Sherry, Tanya, Lori, Diane, Roach, Diane, I think that's Ditzenberg, Suzanne, Janice, Robin, and Margie. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're missing one person, and I think that's Suzanne. Suzanne, are you still here? Oh, she's in. Suzanne's in, and Robin is in. Diane. Is it Ditzenberg, Diane? Is that the one? Or Diane Roach, did you donate 2 different places? Your newest kit is Winter Melody. Well, that's Christmas crap and winter. I don't want winter. I have to do it, don't I? I haven't done it yet. I gave you an idea for another kit for you. I want, what do I want? Do we want some more unicorns? I think we need some more unicorns, Norella. I really like the style of the apothecary kit that you did, Norella. I think you should do another kit like this, but change the color scheme. Okay, she's not. I understand, Eric. You have so many journals. I mean, I could just take gladly just the donation. You don't even have to enter the raffle if you don't want to. Okay, she left. I just okay. That's fine. We got her in. No, no. Dragons and medieval will be good. Linda, we need winter for Christmas snow. And Fluffy is the new skinny, of course. I do love my bright colors. All right. Okay, we'll pick a winner now. So the winner of the journal today is Cherry Gray. Congratulations. Is it Cherry or Cherie? And I apologize because I know I've probably asked this before and I need Robin to put it in the notes so I can read it beforehand. Congratulations. Hey, make sure that you go over to my website and send me a message with your mailing address. If you could create a user account, I'd greatly appreciate it. I am having issues right now. I'm unable to ship to Australia unless you want to spend $80 on shipping. Yay! Congratulations! You're welcome. I think I have you, but I'm not positive. I think I have your address, but make sure by going to my website and using the contact me form and say, hey, this is Sherry from YouTube. I won. This is my Sherry. Okay. Thank you. Sherry. The nice and that robust, warm liquid that you put in a cup and you swirl it around. You have to have a special kind of cup, don't you, to smell it? I don't know. I'm not fancy. That's what I've seen in the movies. Thank you everybody for being here. I don't know. Okay, perfect. I was like, I think I know this one, but I'm trying to remember. You know, blonde moment. All right, well, I will think about what I'm going to do for next Monday. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I will be adding some new rubber stamps and stencils to the shop. I hope you enjoyed today, that it gave you some ideas of mixing around and playing with all your different leftovers, bits, and supplies to make a fun journal. And I appreciate your feedback and your kind words. Hey, if you would leave a comment on this video after we're done today. And if there is a kit or a technique or something you want me to show, do leave me a comment. I look at those. I may not reply to every single one of them, but I do look at them. And if it's a technique or something that I haven't done in a while, or I know that I can, you know, give a good example of, I will see what I can do about that. And this journal is definitely fluffy. Lots and lots of goodies in this journal. Alrighty, everybody. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Yay! I'm glad you thought it was fun today. I'm going to get off here. Henry should be home soon so we can have some dinner. Time for food. Y'all have an amazing week. Again, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. What else? I don't know. Hey, if there's something that you like, to check the description box below, or you can even message me if you're like, hey, Linda, I don't see this. I want a link to it, and I'll get it for you. All right. Thanks so much for being here today. All right. You could do a suggestion show, demonstrate techniques we suggest. Hey, I could, Sam. And what I would like, though, to help with that, to facilitate that, is if I could have 2 or 3 techniques ahead of time that I know you want me to show. And what I'll do is I will show one of those, and then you can be shouting out in the comments, hey, show us how to. And then if I can grab the supplies and make that as well. Okay? All righty. Well, I'm going to get off here. Y'all have a great day. Lots of love to each and every one of you. Bye, everybody.